General Olivia Carter walks into a small supermarket on a peaceful weekend afternoon in Austin, Texas. Wearing a casual white shirt, blue jeans, and sneakers, she blends in effortlessly with the crowd of ordinary shoppers. With a humble appearance, no one could have guessed that this woman had spent her entire career defending the country, leading hundreds of soldiers on the battlefield. Olivia cherishes quiet moments, picking up essentials after a long and stressful day. But before long, that peace was shattered by a seemingly insignificant act that revealed the true nature of an individual. At the end of the aisle, a tall man in a police uniform, Officer Daniel Wright, accidentally drops a packet of noodles and a bottle of soft drink on the floor. Olivia pauses, watching as Daniel glances at the mess and then walks away casually, leaving behind the clutter he created. As a soldier, Olivia has been trained to notice details and take responsibility for her actions. Daniel's carelessness and indifference make it impossible for her to remain silent. She steps forward, her voice calm but firm. "Excuse me, sir. You just dropped something. Maybe you should pick it up so it doesn't inconvenience others." Instead of apologizing, Daniel's cold gaze sweeps over Olivia, as if she's unworthy of his attention. With a disdainful smirk, he replies, "Who do you think you are to tell me what to do? I don't have time for trivial matters." Despite his arrogance, Olivia remains composed. Her eyes sharpen with seriousness as she responds, "As a police officer, you have a responsibility to set an example for the community. Picking up your mess is not just about being polite. It's about respect for others." However, her words do not make Daniel acknowledge his duty. Instead, he scoffs, his tone laced with sarcasm. The supermarket, once filled with the casual hum of shoppers, now becomes tense. People start noticing the confrontation. Olivia can feel the curious, hesitant stares from those around her, but she stands her ground, unwavering in the face of Daniel's dismissiveness. Daniel glances at Olivia again, his eyes full of contempt. He remains motionless, refusing to follow her advice. A surge of anger rises in Olivia's chest, but years of battlefield experience have taught her to maintain composure. She knows that calmness and decisiveness can resolve even the most challenging situations. Taking a deep breath, she speaks in a voice that is both steady and commanding. "This isn't just a minor issue. You're in uniform, and everyone here is watching you. Something as simple as picking up what you dropped is a reflection of your character and your role in the community." Her words carry weight, but Daniel merely laughs, his arrogance unwavering. "You think you know about responsibility, lady? You don't know anything about being a cop. This isn't worth worrying about. You should mind your own business." The crowd begins to murmur. Some shoppers discreetly pull out their phones, recording the exchange. Olivia doesn't let it distract her. She isn't just frustrated by Daniel's irresponsibility. She's angered by the systemic issues and biases his attitude represents. This insult isn't just personal. It's emblematic of the broader injustice she has spent her career fighting against. Olivia's stance remains firm. Her voice is soft but filled with authority. "You're underestimating the impact of your actions. Whether you realize it or not, the way you behave now will have consequences, not just for me, but for yourself as well." Daniel smirks, refusing to take her seriously. But behind Olivia's composed demeanor, a fire burns. She knows this is more than just an argument. It's a moment to stand up for herself and for the values she has always upheld. The tension in the supermarket thickens. Paul remains defiant, his mocking grin unwavering. The crowd watches, unsure of what will happen next. Olivia remains calm, her sharp eyes locked onto his, refusing to back down. Paul is waiting for her to react emotionally, but instead, she maintains her control, channeling her years of leadership and discipline. "I'm not here to argue," Olivia states, her voice steady. I just want to remind you that your actions don't just affect others, they reflect who you are. As a police officer, you should know better than anyone what responsibility means. Some shoppers stop shopping entirely, their attention focused solely on the unfolding confrontation. Daniel, feeling the weight of their gazes, attempts to mask his discomfort with arrogance. He scoffs loudly. Responsibility? Who do you think you are to lecture me? You're just some woman trying to make a scene. Don't think you have the right to stand here and tell me what to do. You don't understand my job. His words are meant to belittle Olivia, but she stands tall. She knows the importance of her stance in this moment. She refuses to let his dismissive attitude diminish the values she has fought to uphold her entire life. I don't need you to understand who I am, Olivia replies, her voice unwavering. But I want you to understand that everyone in this society deserves respect. If you can't grasp that, then you don't deserve the uniform you wear. Daniel's laughter echoes through the aisle, his voice dripping with mockery. And what do you think you can do about it? I'm a cop, and the law is on my side. But Olivia doesn't flinch. The supermarket grows silent, all eyes on her. This is no longer just a personal dispute. This is about proving that integrity will always triumph over arrogance. She steps forward, unfazed. You might think that power gives you the right to act like this, but power without responsibility is nothing but abuse. I won't stand by and let you continue to misuse it. For the first time, Daniel hesitates. The confidence in his stance falters, his bravado cracking at Olivia's steady resolve. The murmurs in the crowd grow louder. More phones are recording. The weight of the moment is undeniable. You may insult me all you want, but understand this. I am not alone, Olivia states firmly. There are many witnesses here, and if you think words alone will intimidate me, you're mistaken. I stand here not just for myself, but for the principles I have dedicated my life to. The supermarket remains silent, every person there absorbing the gravity of Olivia's words. Daniel shifts uncomfortably. The usual confidence he carries in his uniform is now tinged with uncertainty. He sneers, trying to maintain control. You're just causing trouble. If I wanted, I could have you removed from here right now. Olivia doesn't smile, but there's a knowing glint in her eyes. If you believe your position allows you to behave like this, then the law will have something to say about that. You were wrong to think I would be afraid. Just then, the distant wail of sirens fills the air. The crowd parts as other police officers enter the store. Olivia remains still, her stance unchanged. She calmly gestures toward Daniel. This is the person you need to address. His actions have been documented and witnessed by many here. Daniel's face pales. His arrogance vanishes as he realizes he is no longer in control. The officers exchange glances, then move toward him. Olivia's composure remains unshaken. Justice is not about power, it's about accountability. And today, Olivia Carter stood as a reminder that those who uphold their values will always prevail.